Hi, today on Inspiration, we're at the Good Food and Wine Show with Naomi Crisante, food consultant and cheese educator. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Katrina. It's always a pleasure.
So what are the principles of cheese?
Well, you know, cheese is actually a really big area, and I think the fun thing about cheese is that you're always learning. But when I'm teaching people about it, I try to take them through the fresh cheeses, the soft cheeses, through the bries and camemberts, the eye cheeses like Swiss styles, cheddars, wash wines, and then blues. So in one of my classes, they get to taste a little bit of everything, and then also introduce some wine, some beer, and what I love in particular is matching different accompaniments and gorgeous flavours to create a real magic in the mouth. Welcome to the Cheese Matters Masterclass, or I like to call it Cheese Heaven up here. It's my pleasure today to work you through a wonderful journey of the world of cheese.
And what's special about cheese?
I think it is, because it is so sensory, it is about the aromas. When you touch it, you know, different cheeses have got different textures. It's the flavour on your tongue, the after flavours. And then when you start to, you know, everyone loves cheese. They just go, oh, cheese, I love cheese, I love cheese. You don't really say the same thing about broccoli, do you? And there's something for everyone. There's fresh and mild, or there's big, bold and punchy, depending on what you like. So,
can you please take us through some of the cheeses you talk about in your masterclasses and how they match? I know you have a wheel. Yeah. Can you please just go through that with us?
Yes, so we use the Cheese Matters wheel to guide people through, and that's a placemat that they work through. But we'd start with something like a Persian feta, which is a beautiful sort of fresh, soft, unripened cheese. I love to serve that with a little bit of dukkha sprinkled on top, and it's matched with a light, fresh wine, something like a sparkling. We're using Crozer non-vintage sparkling for that particular match. It's a lovely way to start a meal or a party with that little bit of fresh creaminess. So that's a beautiful cheese, one that is immersed in a olive oil blend with lots of herbs and spices, and it has great flavour and very, very versatile. Great on a hot pizza as it comes out of the oven.
Is that made from goat's milk or cow's milk?
It's made from cow's milk, but made in the chev style, which is like a fresh curd made from goat's milk. So it's made in that goat's curd chev style, but it is in fact a cow's milk cheese, but it's beautiful, soft, succulent curd. It's just delicious.
Fantastic. Yeah. So that's more of an hors d'oeuvre cheese, would you say?
Yes, it is. It's actually so versatile. I mean, you can use, you know, pop it in a salad or toss it in pasta. Fantastic in scrambled eggs with smoked salmon. So all those types of things are really good. And then we move on to the land of brie and camembert, the wonderful world of soft white cheese, where you have beautiful cheeses like the Tasmanian Heritage range. This is the signature camembert. Have a feel of it. It's lovely and soft and ripe because it is close to the best before date. And inside, when you cut it, it's sort of almost custardy and gooey and just finger licking good. And this is a triple cream cheese, which is also beautiful and rich and buttery and lovely, served with a beetroot relish, which is what I serve it with. Yeah,
delicious.
Yeah. And I always tend to choose something like a sweet dessert wine, like a Botrytis Riesling, because it just, you can't beat it. It just is beautiful with brie, camembert, works with the cheddar, and it's great with blue cheese.
So that's a fabulous dessert wine.
Yeah, absolutely fabulous. Particularly, it's just lightly chilled and fantastic if you're serving it with beautiful caramelly dates or a little bit of truffle honey.
So can you tell us a bit about some of the other cheeses you have here?
Yeah, so I also have a Swiss style cheese. It's actually Tasmanian Heritage St Clair, which is an eye cheese. It's the one with holes in it.
It's my favourite.
Yeah, and it's got that beautiful sweet nutty flavour. It's fantastic with cornichons or with pecan nuts, and served with a rye bread and a nice beer. So the sort of beer that I would serve that with is something like an ale. This is James Squire's Amber Ale, because it has got a sweet nuttiness to it as well, just a really lovely complement. So we really try to teach people to look for a complement, a contrast or a clash when it comes to matching those three things in your mouth.
Actually, beer, it's not something you associate with cheese. You think of cheese and wine, not really beer. It's very interesting that you can match it.
You know, it's actually a wonderful match because beer has this amazing cleansing effect on the palate. And when you combine those two things in your mouth and you form a sauce in your mouth, it's terribly Moorish. Even though I was never a beer drinker, I really love it now. I really love it, particularly when it's partnered with cheese.
Maybe you can turn me too.
Yeah, I will.
If there's one piece of advice you would give anyone that's serving cheese or keeping cheese or preparing cheese, what would it be?
Look, it's really to remember the 3 R's. You need to serve it ripe and at room temperature, and then it's ready to eat. Right? So very important. If it's ripe, it needs to be close to the best before date, particularly soft cheeses. And at room temperature, you'll get much better flavour than if you take it out of the refrigerator, and then you can sit back and it's ready for you.
Thank you so much, Naomi. It was enlightening.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you, and until next time, be inspired.